ustedes que no me conocen, yo soy J.I. Star, el boricua de New York. New York Radio for many years. Thank you. I'm here supporting my good friend Hector Lafose. He's an author, a new author. And the reason I wanted to come down, it was very special because when you read the book, and I hope you do, in the intro or near the intro, Hector says that his inspiration was Perry Thomas. Do you remember Down These Main Streets? I remember reading that and being blown away of how real it was. And that was my era. How many people are like 55 plus? Okay, I'm 59. That was exactly my era. Except I used to hang out with those guys, but I never did the same thing. I just kind of turned away. But the beauty of this book, I want you to read it, is raw. And a lot of us are going to have many experiences that coincide with what you're reading. And that's what happened to me. Para ustedes que están hablando, no te apures. We're talking over here. It's all good. So guys, you're gonna identify with a lot of the experience in the book, whether you participated or watched from afar, like me in a lot of cases. But the beauty of this book is the outcome. This man has become an example to so many people, to his community. He's done so much for kids, for the people around him. You're gonna hear more right now. This is my good friend, author of this fantastic book. You gotta read it. This is Hector Lafose.
Thank you guys. It's really a pleasure and an honor. I never thought that I would be here, but I'm actually living a dream. This is something that was put in me spiritually, and I delivered from my soul. So, I don't know, we got a lot of people talking, and so I can't hear myself. I like to hear myself. Hello back there. So, you know, what I want to do is I want to read a little portion of the intro for you guys so you guys can get an idea of what this is about. So, you know, this is the first time I read the intro, and if you pay attention, you'll feel it. You'll feel it and you get an idea. Okay, so I just want your attention, and I'm going to read this for you. This is a memoir of my life. Okay?
Respect.
It's a memoir of my life, so it's very touchy. When I wrote this book, in reading this book, in writing this book rather, I relived all the experiences that I had, that I lived through. I've never been in therapy. I've never shared my secrets. I've never shared my story with anyone. I wind up sharing my story with myself, and it's the first time that I reveal my true self to the world. So it comes from my soul, and I relived it page by page. So it became very therapeutic, but very painful as I was writing. So I want to read the intro so that I could excite you guys. Okay. I have little use for my past, except to use it and its lessons to propel me forward. However, it is because of the past that this book came into existence. Until the age of 39, I pretty much lived a non-existent life. I lived in a state of anxiety and depression, with suicidal thoughts constantly plaguing me. It feels now as if I'm talking about someone else, because it is so difficult for me to see that that was me. It seems a lifetime away. At times it's difficult to accept why I stayed there all that time when all I was doing was hurting myself, but I knew no better. One night, while staring at the ceiling, it all came back to me in a flash, and I was looking at my whole life like in images of a movie reel. I tried to switch the channel in my head, but the scenes, they kept playing. like I was reliving them over and over and over again. It was a feeling of absolute dread and the pain that was more intense than the actual experience itself. I felt the void within and a deep loathing for myself. I would blink, turn to stare, to try to interrupt my thoughts, only to pick them up again and feel even more dread. Despair rose and I became hostile. In a moment of anger, I got up and began breaking things, throwing anything I could get my hands on, anything within reach. My life felt utterly meaningless, and self-loathing took over. I had no self-worth, none whatsoever. There was no point in continue living with this miserable life that God had given me. I got up and began looking around. There was no point. There was really no point. I was miserable. Why carry on this way, I'd ask. Everything was a continuous struggle. I felt totally